I am the son of a king. I pass over the events of my early life, and come to that which introduced me to so many misfortunes. My father, having occasion to send an embassy to the Sultan of the Indies, thought the journey and the survey of a foreign court would be exceedingly useful to me. By his command, I joined the caravan. We traveled for a month with safety and pleasure, when we were suddenly beset by a numerous troop of robbers who plundered our baggage, killed many of our party, and dispersed the rest. I had the good fortune to escape unhurt, but I was alone and wholly unacquainted with the country. I journeyed on for many weeks, and at last arrived at a large city. In a most deplorable situation, my body sunburnt, my clothes worn out, and without the means of obtaining others. On my entering the town, I applied to a tailor to mend my tattered garments. While he was rendering me this service, he entered into conversation with me, and inquired who I was, and whence I came. I made no hesitation to acquaint him with my situation. "Take especial care," replied the tailor, "how you reveal to anyone else who you are. The prince of this country is the mortal enemy of your father. The laws of hospitality, or even humanity, are little regarded by him. Judge, then, how necessary it is for you to be concealed." The instant I heard the name of the city where I was, I knew the necessity of this caution. The friendly tailor was of the utmost service to me. He took me into his house and gave me such refreshments as his poverty could furnish. Some days after, when I was pretty well recovered from my fatigue, my host, knowing that most princes of our religion apply themselves to some art or calling, inquired of me which I had learned. Unfortunately, I had neglected that useful custom. "You must then," said he, "submit to harder labor, for it will not be safe for you to continue unemployed in this city. Join those poor people who cut fuel for the use of the town in the neighboring forests. I will supply you with a proper habit and with implements. You may then remain in safety with me till an opportunity offers of returning to your father's dominions." I followed this prudent advice, and for a year went daily to the forest. One day, as I was pulling up the root of a tree, I espied an iron ring fastened to a trap door. On lifting it, I saw some stairs, which I descended, and found they led to several stately rooms, in one of which I discovered a lovely lady of noble carriage and extraordinary beauty. She expressed the greatest surprise at seeing me. "I have lived," said she, 25 years here, and never saw any man before. By what adventure are you come hither?" I was ashamed to be considered by so lovely a woman as an humble woodcutter. One therefore readily told her who I was, and requested to know by what accident she had been so long secluded from the world. "Alas, Prince," said she, "I am also of royal birth. My father, King of the Isle of Eben, gave me in marriage to a prince, but on my wedding night, before I was introduced to my spouse, a genie took me away. I was a long time inconsolable, but time and necessity have accustomed me to receive the hateful genie. He visits me every 10th day. If I wish to see him at any other time, I touch the talisman you see there, and he presently appears. He will not be here these 5 days. If you choose to pass them with me, I will endeavor to entertain you according to your quality and merit." I embraced her proposal with the greatest joy. The next day, she introduced at dinner a bottle of excellent old wine. My head grew affected by it. "Princess," said I, "you have too long been thus buried alive. You shall not continue to be enslaved by this tyrant. Let him come. I swear I will extirpate all the genii in the world, and him first. And as for this talisman, I will break it." The princess entreated me not to touch the talisman. "I know," said she, "what belongs to genii better than you." But in vain, the fumes of the wine did not suffer me to hearken to her. I gave the talisman a violent kick with my foot, and broke it all to pieces. Immediately, the palace began to shake. Thunder, lightning, and darkness appalled us. This terrible appearance in an instant dispelled my drunkenness. I perceived at once my folly and the danger we were in. The princess, anxious only for me, urged me to escape immediately. I obeyed her in so much haste that I left my hatchet and cords behind me. I had scarce ascended the stairs when I saw the palace open, the genie rushing through, and the earth closing upon him. I returned to the city in great distress, grieved at my own misconduct, and in despair for the poor princess. When I got home, I paid little attention to the joy expressed by my friendly tailor for my safe return, but retired to my chamber and gave myself up to the most tormenting reflections. From these I was soon roused by my host, who came to tell me that an old man had brought home my hatchet and cords, which he would not deliver to anybody but myself. I turned pale at this intelligence, but before I had time to recover myself, the old man followed him. "Do not these things belong to you?" said he sternly. This abrupt question, his terrible aspect, and my own fears made me unable to answer him. While I continued thus torpid from terror, he seized me, dragged me out of the house, and mounting into the air, carried me along with incredible swiftness. Then descending, he struck the earth with his foot, which opened, and we found ourselves in the palace of the Princess of Eben. But alas, what a spectacle! The poor princess was lying on the ground, fainting, naked, and bleeding. "Perfidious wretch," said the genie to her, "is not this thy gallant?" She, casting up her languishing eyes at me, said, "I do not know him, nor ever saw him before." "What?" said the genie. "Is he not the cause of thy being in the condition thou art so justly in? And yet darest thou say, thou dost not know him?" "I do not know him," replied the princess. "If so," said the genie, presenting a scimitar to her, "cut off his head." "Alas," replied the princess, "I am not able to obey your barbarous command, even if I were willing." The genie, turning from her with indignation, said to me, "And thou dost not thou know her? I should have been the basest of slaves, had I been less faithful to her than the princess was to me." I therefore answered firmly, "I know her not, nor have ever seen her before." "Take then the scimitar," said the genie, "and cut off her head. I shall then be convinced of your innocence, and will set you at liberty." "With all my heart," replied I. The unhappy princess cast up to me a look expressive of her readiness to die for my safety. But nothing could be further from my intention than to perpetrate such a crime. Checking, therefore, my seeming readiness, I paused a moment, and then said to the genie, "I cannot bring myself to take away the life of an unhappy lady who hath done me no wrong. If by murder only I can escape your unjust resentment, I am in your power, and you must do with me as you please." "I see," said the genie, "that you both put me at defiance." Having said this, he took up the scimitar and put an end to her life. Then turning to me, "Was I sure," said he, "that she had put a greater affront on me than in conversing with thee? Thou also shouldst die. But I will be content with transforming thee into a dog, ape, or lion, or bird. Take thy choice." "O genie," said I, "it is more noble to pardon than to punish. If you will generously dismiss me, I shall ever gratefully remember your clemency, and you will act like the illustrious Sultan Hassan Ah, whose forbearance was the cause of all his good fortune." "I will have patience till you tell me that story," replied the genie, "but think not to escape unpunished."